Did your mom ever tell you to put butter on a sunburn? I know mine did. Was she right? We've got the answers to your sizzling summer questions. Joining us now, Dr. Debbie Nampi-Pomparamfil. I don't know if I got that correct. I've been working on it. Assistant professor at the NYU School of Medicine. I've been working on that. When I was little, my mom and also my grandmother, Italian, would always tell me to put butter on my sunburn, and I just don't know if that... Is that fact or fiction?
That's a fiction. So the thing is, you know, butter seems like it would help, right? Just the texture.
It's delicious.
It's delicious, and it's cool if it's coming out of the fridge, but the thing is, it doesn't really have any healing properties. So, you know, it won't help, and actually, if you spread it on something just with the bacteria and other things in there, maybe it could make it worse.
It does sound kind of disgusting when you think that. And a lot of people are saying when you're outside and you're getting a lot of sun, maybe people are going to be out by the pool today.
Sure.
Anything that you drink will hydrate you. Anything. And that's not necessarily true,
Not necessarily
right?
true. So if you drink something that's cool, so that's a fiction. So if you drink something that's cool, let's say iced coffee, soda, or alcohol, those things might quench your thirst, but at the same time, they'll dehydrate you more. They're what's called diuretics. So basically, if you drink 1 can of soda, you'll actually lose more than 1 can in fluid over the course of time. So, you know, it actually makes the dehydration worse.
Yeah. So people should be drinking what?
They should be drinking water. So in general, people should drink water and just keep up to, you know, keep up with just losing your sweat, you know, losing these other things. But if you're doing a lot of intense exercise and working out in the extreme heat, then you might consider something like Gatorade or Pedialyte.
Right. Someone like Clayton will be doing intense exercise later, so we'll let him know that he needs to be drinking water, perhaps Gatorade. And are mosquitoes, this fact or fiction, I've heard this before, that mosquitoes are attracted to sweet people, sweet-smelling people, also sweet people, because they're attracted to me, but sweet-smelling.
So sweet-smelling is actually a fact, but sweet-tasting is a fiction. So the thing is, you know, I've been told, like, sweet blood is actually what they like, but that's not true. Otherwise, they'd just go for diabetics. What it is your scent, which is a combination of sort of what's in your sweat. You know, blood type kind of plays a factor in there and stuff, but it's how attractive you are to them in terms of your
It's not necessarily what you're eating?
Partially, because that could be there, but it also has to do with how much you're working out, your lactic acid that's in your sweat itself. And the thing is, if you wear things that actually smell bad, so like these mosquito repellents and stuff, then that can keep them away.
Okay, now let's say you get sunburned and you go right to take a shower, hot or cold. What would you?
I would recommend the cold, but it's actually a fiction that the hot shower can make it worse. So the hot shower, you know, doesn't feel as good if you're already burned, but it's not necessarily dangerous. The thing is that you want to keep the sunburn, you want to keep the skin kind of clean. So whether you do something that's cool or warm, either one, whichever one makes you feel better, but you want to keep the skin kind of clean, put some moisturizer on as long as there are no blisters, and then kind of keep it away from the sun.
Okay, and whenever I see my niece and nephew, they always have poison ivy, and I'm a little hesitant to touch them. Can you get poison ivy, fact or fiction, from other people?
It's a fiction, but there is one caveat. So like with a lot of these myths, there's a little bit of truth to it. So basically, with poison ivy, what your body is doing, it's your immune system that's having a reaction to the plant. So when you touch the plant initially, let's say you'll get a reaction, and maybe if you spread it, those particles and everything, then it kind of spreads. But once it's cleaned off and you just have the rash, then you can't spread it to yourself or to anyone else, because the rash is just from your body, not from the plant.
So don't be afraid to give hugs.
Don't be afraid, but clean it off first.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Debbie. Happy 4th of July.
Nice to
Thank
see
you for joining us.
Happy 4th of July.